So if you're here, just comment and I could put your name in a raffle. And if you get picked twice, then you can choose any ticker and I'll do a live DCF. If you donate at least $10, then I'll also do a DCF. But you get it for free if you win a raffle. So just comment. You don't have to say anything. You can just say hi, or I'm here, or whatever you want to say. Or you can write something. I know some people aren't comfortable commenting, so it's fine if you just say one word. Just so I can put you in a raffle. Now I would like to do like bigger raffles like Mr. Beast and give away $1 million, but I don't have that many subs or many views. But hopefully I will be able to give away like more money. I did have another channel like 5 years ago. It's still live, the channel, even though I don't post anymore. I used to do scratch offs, and I gave away like thousands of dollars on that channel. It was a little different because the scratch offs you'd win. Hey Edgar, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Edgar Cheney, Dick Cheney. I'm sure you're not related to Dick Cheney. But yeah, just hey Kevin, long-time subscriber. Look at this comment I got. I don't know why I like to share the negative comments. It makes me feel better when I don't know, when I talk about it. This person really, I think they lost a lot of money on Lumen because they wrote like 3 negative comments. And like they commented on somebody else's comment. I don't know why this takes so long. I guess because I'm on a live stream. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. Okay, it's spatial memory. Okay, obviously you're new to capital markets. Well, I wouldn't say new unless he's like 70 years old and has been doing 40 years. But I kind of like started in high school, so I'm probably like close to 25 years following this stuff. But so I don't think I'm new, but I think that's kind of like a jab at me trying to say you're new. You obviously don't know what you're doing. Aiden. That myopic data and ignorance of the present streamlining financial dynamics. When someone is ignorant when they try to use really, really like kind of like I don't know, I want to say complicated words. I mean, these aren't complicated words, but they try to use a lot of like bigger words, like words that like you can't really you don't really exactly know what they're saying. So they try to sound really smart because if they like a lawyer, but so when people try to use really big words, it generally means they're trying to hide something. But anyways, it's kind of a confusing sentence when you use all these big words jumbled up together. So that myopic view of trailing fundamental data and ignorance of the present streamlining financial dynamics and technical analysis. Prepositions do go a long way. I use words that probably aren't used as commonly just because I'm used to them, but I use them like one within a sentence, not like 7 in a row. But anyways, especially after the very recent and very obvious high volume capitulation and price action reversal certainly doesn't indicate an understanding of the dynamics or machinations. Is that how you say it's not machine, it's machinations, right? Machinations of forward-looking capital markets. He must have took a long time to bring this together, or maybe use Chat GPT. But I don't think Chat GPT talks like this. It makes sense, Chat GPT. It's like real world, real people talking, not like ignorant people trying to like sound elitist. Just my humble opinion. Now they try to dumb it down a little to try to like give themselves credibility. You know, you try to insult someone, and then you pull it back. You go, well, not that I'm an expert. Like you try to make it like try to distance yourself. You go, I'm not saying I'm an expert. I don't think I know it all. That's just my humble opinion. I never provide legal, like as if a comment you have to mention this, like I never provide legal, tax, or economic advice, services, or products whatsoever. Consult your professionals for that stuff. Why would you write that in a comment? No one is gonna use your comment and then sue you for because they lost money on this stock because of your. I mean, it's just. I guess if you make videos, these kind of things you might have to put because there is a chance someone may take your advice, but it's just it comes off with such ignorance. But you know, not that I care. It's just funny. And I talk to you about free cash flow. My number, my phone number? What do you want to take me on a date? You could email me. I don't mind. I mean, I guess if we could Zoom maybe. I don't. If you really, I'm not gay. I know, I'm joking. But yeah, my email's in all the videos. It's in every video. My email's there. Where is this? Oh, in every video, it's like contact financial. And then they comment on somebody else's comment. Yeah, his. Like when you are a knowledgeable, when you're kind of like at a level where you can teach people, you never kind of like you never cut people down. I mean, not never, but it's pretty rare someone who's really knowledgeable cuts people down because they don't need to. Like there's no like benefit. So he comes out of the gate. Another rookie misconception. He must because he's such a god in the finance community. Another rookie misconception is that dividends, a taxable event, are a positive reason for owning equities. What does that? I mean, is this tax? Everything's a taxable. When you make money, it's a taxable event. I mean, sure, if you own a stock, you don't. When you have to when you sell it at a profit, then it's a taxable event. But so at some point, anytime you make money, at some point it's going to be a taxable event. I don't know how that has any bearing on this, but the notion that an individual investor / shareholder can receive dividends, incur the tax consequences, and utilize the after-tax capital and find better opportunities and generate a higher ROI than management is more often a negative indicator and sign of slowing growth and topping action. Yeah, thanks, Edgar. Because I see so many people say, "Oh, I really understand it when you talk about financial statements. It finally makes sense." Um, but like when you explain things, like you should always try to explain things like you're talking to a 5-year-old, regardless of what it is. Um, so you try to, unless of course you're speaking to someone who's trying to speak into more complex terms and understands it really well. Then, but when you're trying to explain things, you try to explain it as basic as possible. But you do lose some things. Like I can't like get into like the minutia of certain things. Then nobody understands anything unless you're like really super advanced. I'm not going to talk about like the tax consequence, like the tax consequences on asset impairments. Um, like it's just like it's so nuanced. There's no reason to get into that type of detail, but it's just so funny. Like, oh, he wrote again. And I thought this was kind of agreeing with him because this guy Udar, he's like, I'll pass on Lumen. And I said, run, don't walk. Like, run away from me because I think I agree to pass on Lumen. I'm just doing a video because people ask, and the model says it's a screaming buy, but I say that multiple times in my video, it's probably not a good investment because it's a sinking ship. Um, and then he went the other direction. He goes, that comment will be great for so many laughs going forward. Obviously, you're very new to capital markets. That's just, it's just so funny. Like, I don't know what he gains by trying to. I guess IIPR. Thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. IIPR. I still need to do the raffle. Okay. IIPR. Okay. Let's get the weighted average cost of capital. Because when you do DCF, you have to discount the future cash flows by something. And the best thing to discount it by is is that company's WACC. Yeah, Berkshire cost of capital. Because every company has different cost of capital. Just like you have a different cost of capital. If you go to a bank and get a loan, you're going to pay a different interest rate than your friend or your neighbor. That's your cost of capital, what you pay. That company's not WACC. I've used that one before. Okay. IPR is a REIT, right? Now let's get the future revenue projections. .303. Yeah, I own Berkshire. That's my biggest holdings. It used to be the S&P 500 was my biggest. Berkshire has been outperforming the S&P 500. Oh, I don't know why some companies don't have 2022 free cash flow. We'll just have to. Well, they do have those 3 quarters. We could kind of estimate it. 335. Diego. Hola from Argentina. Congratulations on winning the World Cup. I was really hoping Argentina would win. That was the most amazing final game in a World Cup. Because my friend was from Argentina, and I actually bought him a cake with the Argentinian colors the day before the final game. Because I wanted to be ready for like Monday morning. So I bought the cake before they won. So I was really hoping they would win because the cake is kind of useless if they lost. That Tran. Okay. Okay. So we get a good result. 107. They're trading at 76. You weren't cheering for them? Being from Argentina? That's crazy. I went to Argentina. I went to Buenos Aires for a few days. So cheap, so inexpensive for like food with the exchange rate. But this was like in 2008. I went to like a South America trip. But the thing you have to remember is when you do a DCF, and a REIT is fine to use a DCF. The only things that don't really work that well with the DCF are banks and insurance companies, but other assets usually work fine. You just have to remember when you invest in a REIT or any dividend paying stock, you have to consider that. So even if it's showing undervalued, the dividend will reduce the future cash flows, because the REIT has to at least distribute 90% of their cash flows back to the investors. So there's not much left over. 10%. That's a big. That's a big dividend. Now, usually when a dividend's really high like that, it's because it's more of a timing thing, because the dividend the yield works opposite the stock price. When a stock price goes down, yield goes up. Because if they were paying, say they paid the same exact dividend back here, the last dividend was, say around here when the stock was 112. Well, even probably when they announced it, it was like even close to like 120. So the yield was probably like 6% or something. And the only reason it's up to 10% is because the stock price goes down. You're paying less for that same dividend payment. It's less expensive to buy that dividend. So the yield goes up. As the stock price goes down, the yield goes up. But they usually just adjust the yield. They usually just adjust the dividend. They'll just lower the dividend to be more in line with the stock price. And you can always look at historical dividends. That's why when like Vale and like those companies were paying like a 20% dividend yield, it was just because the stock price crashed from like COVID. And they didn't adjust the dividend yet. Because look, they're pretty much raising their dividend from, let's see how, $0.15. They've been just raising it since 2017. So from back here, they've been raising their dividend. Well, so the stock up really high to 275. Tellurian. That's an interesting company, Tellurian. Yeah, you would think when they were trading in 200s, they were generating less revenue. Now they're generating more revenue. Seems like a pretty good investment from the I started doing these classes with like kids, like usually around middle school age kids. I would do these let me see if I can these are only the final 4 classes. So today I'm doing foreign currency. There's usually like 5, sometimes up to 10 kids, and I talk about business topics. I already did 5 classes, so they were better topics. I did stock market 101. I did how to run a business 101. I did interest rates, inflation. So coming up is today's foreign currency, commodities 101, crypto 101. Am I rich? That's relative, I guess, but depends what you define as rich. So it's a lot of fun. It's my new business venture. It's called Biz Kids, BIZ space KIDZ. So teaching kids how to understand like financial topics, like running businesses, things like that. Financial forecaster. That's a good name. Well, I do have videos on my portfolio. It shows you my portfolio. Um, it's called 10,000 subscriber portfolio reveal, 20,000 subscriber, and I did my 30,000, not to 40,000 yet. So you can see how much I have in stocks. But of course, I have other investments outside of stocks, but that's just my stocks. So for some people, $100,000 is considered rich. Obviously not in the United States, but maybe some parts of the United States, not in California. $1 million is kind of like getting by in California. Yeah, I want to do another Tellurian video. That always gets a lot of views. Savvy Money Show, another great channel you guys should check out. I think I got everybody. So yeah, comment if you want me to do DCF. Okay. 4, Rick Fool. 6, Diego. 3, Aiden. 8. 4, Rick. So Rick, let me know what ticker you want me to do a video on. And I could do it right now. It takes a few minutes. And I got so much smack from doing Tellurian. A lot of hate. My first Tellurian video. They were really harsh. But I did take some things into account because obviously, I don't know everything about everything. So I did change a lot my next Tellurian video to try to dig a little deeper into certain things. But still a lot of negative comments. Yeah, Rick, just throw out a ticker. Any ticker. Stephanie. Yeah, my best class was let me show you about the Biz Kids. This is kind of like the game I made up, which kind of was the first Biz Kids class. It's like how to run a business. It's called the business game, Biz Game. So pretty much, usually 10 kids would be in the class. So the first step would be every kid would go to the bank, and they would all get money, $100 of cash. It looks almost real. It's really amazing the money I got. They would get $100 in cash. Oh no, sorry. They would get $50 in cash. Yeah, everybody starts with 50. And the most you can have, the most cash you can have at one point is 100 if you want to get a loan. So you could take another $50 loan if you want, or a $20 loan, or no loan at all. And then you would go to the next station and buy stuff. Usually I would put like Rice Krispie treats, like candy bars, and they would just buy it for a certain amount of money, like maybe $5 a Rice Krispie treat. maybe $8 of Snickers. We pretend they're buying a box, but they would actually just get one. So they would purchase stuff from the second table, the second station, and they would keep track of it on this spreadsheet. So it'd be like the first year they would go through each station. Then the third station, they would sell stuff. So if they bought like Rice Krispie treats for like $5, then they could sell it for like $7. Usually it's like a 20% markup. And then so they have to keep track of all the steps, how much money they sold, the remaining cash, and they could carry inventory into year 2. And then like all the things they could buy, all the products they could buy, in year 2, they would change prices. Some would go up, some would go down. So if they carried inventory from prior years, like say they had 3 Rice Krispie treats they kept in their bag at the end of year 1. If the price of Rice Krispie treats went up a lot, then they could sell it for a higher price in year 2. But if they went down a lot, they might lose money if they sold it. So they would go through each year. They would pay 10% interest on their loan. I would have teachers too, because I used to run a math educational center for 10 years. So I still keep in touch with a lot of the tutors there. So I have tutors helping me, kind of like my staff, I guess, because it's a little confusing for the kids, especially the first time they play this game. So the first step for year 2, they would have to pay interest on the loan if they took a loan. So say they took a $50 loan in year 1, they would have to pay $5 of interest to the bank. And if they could take another loan if they want, and then you take a loan amount, your total cash, then you purchase products again from the open market, and then you sell products. So it's like kind of like running a business, a really simplified way. And then year 3, you'd have to pay interest on your outstanding loans. And you could take another loan amount if you want. You have to buy stuff again, sell stuff, and stuff when changes prices after each year. And then at the very end, the kids have to sell all their inventory, pay back their bank loan, and see how much cash they have. Pretty much everybody has more than $50 because it's. I try to make it where kids will make money. I mean, there is a chance, I guess, they could lose money, but it's pretty unlikely. But the kid who makes the most money is generally the kids who took the most loans. For some reason, kids don't want to take loans. They think it's bad. Kids who take the most loans and leverage up a little bit, because when you buy things, you can sell it that same round for a higher price. So you should, and the markup is 20%, and so you're guaranteed pretty much to make a 20% return in that same round, even though the loan is 10%. It's not so much about like who makes the most. It's just learning how the process goes. So that was kind of like the game that was in my head for forever, that I thought was a fun game for kids. Another fun game. It's hard to get really fun interactive games. I tried, but the stock market is another one that seems to. And I made these stock certificates for the kids. We actually give them stock certificates when they buy stocks. At the beginning of each class, for like the first half hour, we go through 10 questions, and then we have the kids answer and write down. So it's usually the first question of every class is like, what are interest rates? What is inflation? So what is a stock? Some kids know, some kids don't know. What are reasons people buy stocks? What are reasons stock prices go down? People sell stock in order to make a obviously profit or make a return, or there's a lot of words. I kind of just make these games up. I mean, to see what kind of sticks. So I picked 10 stocks, and in 2023, these are prices. And then in the following year, so each round, the kids, if they bought stock, say in Apple, 150 in 2023, they could sell it for 300 the next round. Some stocks like Big Five went to zero. Most stocks went up, so most kids make money. It's just more about them tracking it. So they have to date of transaction. They would get their stock certificate from the teacher, the ticker, but everybody would have access to all these notes. It would be on the table, so it'd be easy. Company name, the purchase price, or the sale price, and then each round they could buy stock or sell stock, and at the end we would look at their portfolio. They would see what their portfolio is worth. I think on Wednesday I'm doing Banking 101. Constantine, what's up? Thanks for joining. What did you pick for the Rick Fool? Oh, Tellurian? That's a tough one to do on a DCF. But we could of course do it. I'd say like 90% of stocks, a DCF doesn't work, or maybe even more. A lot of companies are losing money, but you can still at least try a DCF, and then of course massage the numbers. Look how high the WACs are these days. It's just crazy. 17%. Tellurian. That's Sharif Suki's company. He's kind of like a legend in this world. If you follow, $358 million. $391. 360. Okay. The companies that I'm valuing are the ones subscribers suggest. When I start analyzing, I don't know whether certain companies under. Yeah, right. That's same thing with me. I just do whatever people suggest. Pretty much what people suggest. In the beginning, I used to only do suggestions, but now I get like 30 suggestions a day. So I don't really, obviously can't. Wow, $1.23. Sheesh, it's come down a lot. Holy cow. I remember people yelling at me. Oh, you're an idiot. Let me see if I can find it. That's a nice thumbnail, right? Did anybody see that video I did on Zim? Look at this. $1.87. Look at that. Down to $1.23. That's a good call, right? I watch these. Yeah, Castor too. I didn't think about Castor Maritime. Could be a war zone. Okay, let's finish this one up. But like I even admit in my videos, it's a total guessing game with these types of stocks. Like if I get it right, any stock, if I get it right, I'm not going to say, "Oh, I knew it. I'm a genius." I mean, it's just so much luck and guesswork. I mean, the best you can do is try to make some logical judgments and obviously not put all your money into a stock like this or any stock, I guess, especially a crappy stock like this. See, it's so hard because they have negative free cash flow. So, I mean, let's see if I change it. Even at 10%, even if they convert 10% of their revenue to free cash flow, it's still at 40 cents. But I don't know. It just really, it's like the point of the DCF is to look at the past and try to extrapolate the future based on the past. But if the past has no good data, it's all losses. It's kind of like if a company just started business today, tell me what their future is going to be like. I have no idea. I don't know like how well or how poorly the business is run. And if the company only has losses, how can I say they're going to be successful in the future? I mean, and I know a lot of people do, but I don't know. I'm not saying a company that has only losses in the past will definitely go bankrupt. Obviously, we know that's not the case, but it's not a good sign. It's not like like if your friend wanted to be a boxer and they lost every match. I mean, you can't like say, I know this person's going to be a great boxer because of whatever. I mean, if they only lose, like you don't have much information to go on that they're going to be great. If they only lose money, and I'm sure people would disagree with that logic. And I know I could dig deeper to try to figure it out, but I don't know. So that's my guess, 40 cents, based on the DCF. Of course, we're just doing a 5-minute DCF. Yeah, I would definitely avoid Greece. A lot of countries I would just avoid. It's just too much risk. And the company may be a great company, a well-run company on the up and up, but like, okay, see you, Constantine. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, because I'm just kind of like guessing they're gonna convert 10% of their revenue to free cash flow. even though they never have. But what I usually do is I get the future revenue forecasts, which seem pretty accurate based on their last revenue, and then if I did a full DCF video, I would look at the industry average, what the average company in their industry, what percent of their revenue they converted to free cash flow, and I would use that for this company. But I'm just throwing 10%. Say it was 20%, which sounds kind of high. But I actually have my foreign currency class. I hope this goes okay. I kind of just make this stuff up, but it's more about having fun. Like if you could make it fun with the kids, you could have the greatest content, and if you have a terrible teacher, it's not fun. Kids don't learn. And you could have really boring content, but if you have a really exciting, fun teacher who gets people involved and is very, has a good demeanor, things like that, they can make it fun. So it's really about execution. So I just like, how many currencies are there? Because I think that the kids understand what a foreign currency is. I don't think I need to explain what is a foreign currency or what is a currency, because they all spend money. Name 5 foreign currencies. I just throw out these, who's on the penny, nickel, dime, quarter. And the game I made up. So usually the first 30 minutes of every class, I do these 10 questions to try to give them more info. And of course, I hopefully it's more banter back and forth. It's not like a classroom. It's just like we're all standing around one table or sitting and talking. And then this game, I just picked a bunch of foreign currencies. And then, so like the first round is going to be, like the first game is 10 rounds. So I'm going to say $100 is equivalent to, so I'm going to go, we'll do Canadian dollars. And then the kids are going to like bet kind of like whoever gets the closest, like, because they could all have cash with them, the play money, which looks identical to real money. So I know $100 is 135 Canadian dollars. So whoever puts the closest to 135 wins that round. So if someone puts like $500 on a table, someone puts $50, whoever's closest to 135 wins the round. So I'm going to do just throw out foreign currencies and whoever gets closest. And then the opposite, I'm going to say $100, 100 British pounds is equivalent to how much US dollars? And I didn't pick the most common currencies. Mainly, I was just looking for currencies that were fairly close to the US dollar. Because I can't say like, okay, $100 is equivalent to like 27,000 Italian lira, because the kids don't have 27,000 or the equivalent dollar amount. They don't have that much cash on them. So I just try to do numbers where the currency is close. Yeah, let me know. I did my first AI video. I did shorts. Like I did a couple of short videos using AI, but I did my first 100% AI video. I released it last night. It's this one, the rise and evolution of Zim integrated shipping. It's just the history of Zim from when they started to now, like what kind of things the company's done. And I was hoping it would turn out well and I would get 1 million views, but because it's so hard for me to get a lot of views. But I don't think people liked it so much, which I don't. So I just found a video of this woman that is talking about something. Obviously, she's not talking about Zim. I just put it down there. So, and then I did this this website, naturalreaders.com. So you could put a script in, and someone will read it. I don't mind reading this stuff. I just don't have a dynamic way to speak. And I thought like somebody who has more of a crisp, fluid voice will get more views, but maybe not. Let me know what you think. Okay, well, I got to go. I actually have to do my foreign currency 101 class. Thanks for joining. Let me know if you want me to do a DCF. I can maybe do more of these live streams now that I kind of quit that place I was at recently, so I have more time. But yeah, I might do another live stream tomorrow. But tomorrow video is Amazon, and then Monday is Valet. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in.